Senators mobilize against Akpabio and want Barrow as Senate President. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Senators elect for the 10th Assembly are mobilizing against the plans of a President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu to make the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President. Daily Trust Saturday has gathered. It was also reliably gathered that governors of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC are divided on the matter, with some of them favorably disposed to Asiwaju's choice of Akpabio, while others believe the North should produce the next Senate President. Daily Trust had exclusively reported on Friday that Tinubu has settled for Akpabio and Jibrin Barrow AP Sakano as Senate President and Deputy respectively. This was after he met with some key stakeholders of the ruling party, including some members of the National Working Committee. But impeccable sources told this newspaper that even the NWC of the party is divided, as some want Akpabio, another wants Senator Jibrin Barrow from Kano, while some want the position ceded to the southeast. Recall that Tinubu had met with all the All Progressive Congress governors on Thursday, and yesterday he met with the party's governors from the northwest, where Barrow comes from. Although Tinubu's office issued a statement after Thursday's meeting, saying it was meant to seek the support of the governors in having a seamless election of presiding officers of the National Assembly, there was no statement from Friday's meeting. Lawmakers revoked. Indication emerged yesterday that lawmakers elect, especially those who were returning to the Red Chamber, are against the nomination of Akpabio as Senate President. This is despite the ongoing consultation by Tinubu with critical stakeholders of the party. Some senators interviewed said Akpabio would not be able to pilot the affairs of the parliament. One of them in Northern said the Senate presidency should go to the north and not to the south, given the contribution of the zone to the victory of Tinubu during the February presidential election. He said, and I quote, Akpabio will not fly for two reasons. One, he contributed nearly nothing to the victory of Tinubu aside stepping down for him during the primary election. Two, he disparaged the parliament during the Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC probe. He therefore urged Tinubu to have a change of mind. Daily Trust Saturday reports that in the 109-seat Senate, the APC has 59 senators, the People Democratic Party PDP has 36 senators, and the Labour Party has 8. The New Nigerian People's Party 2, and Social Democratic Party 2, the Young Progressive Congress Party YPP, and the All Progressive Grand Alliance APGA has 1 seat each. To win the Senate presidency, a simple majority of votes is required when the parliament is inaugurated in June after the transmission of a letter of proclamation by the president to the clerk of the National Assembly. Another senator-elect said the choice of the president-elect was the best for the country, but some of his colleagues were already teaming up against it. In a phone interview, he said this was because of the attitude of Akpabio during the probe of NDDC when he was Minister of the Niger Delta. I will not work against Asiwaju. I have been told of the choice and I'm 100% in support of this. However, our colleagues are already mobilizing against Akpabio. They said he exposed the parliament to ridicule when he was a minister, he said. It was learned that some of the senators were also against Akpabio because he reneged on the promises he made to them ahead of becoming the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs. When the Senate turned down some of Akpabio's requests for spending, he simply went away and found his way, he said. But a source who met Tinubu on Wednesday said the senators were being mobilized by an aggrieved presiding officer in the parliament. They were being pushed by a presiding officer, but this will not work because the choice of Asiwaju is in the best interest of the country. We will work against anything that will hinder the Tinubu presidency from performing, he said. Another source said Tinubu's preference for Akpabio was to carry the Christians in Nigeria along and not necessarily because of his contribution to the success of the party. It has been said again and again that the North contributed over 63% of the vote that drove Tinubu to victory. However, it is not a matter of the winner carries everything. It is about equity. Tinubu wants to start on a sound footing. Sadly, by the time he did not carry all the 6 geopolitical zones along, there will be a distraction and he might not succeed. Of course, if election were to hold today, certainly Senator Barrow Jibrin would defeat other contenders hands down because he has the support of senators elected on the platform of all the parties represented in the state, he said. Several efforts to meet with Akpabio to have his take on controversies surrounding his ambition did not yield any result. Also, Senator Barrow was not reachable as at the press time, but a colleague of his said the senator from Kano is a party man and will always respect the decision of a party leadership. Governors hold the ace. A source close to some of the governors at Thursday and Friday meetings told one of the reporters that some governors who were part of the meetings advised the president-elect not to dabble into politics of National Assembly and at all, so as not to cause trouble for his administration. He said, "Those in this school of thought, I believe he should not anoint a candidate but allow the best to emerge." The source said, and I quote, "What some of the governors told Tinubu was that he should not dabble into the policies of the National Assembly. That was the advice they gave him. The governor stood their ground and zoning of the prefect candidacy is out of place. So they advised Tinubu to let the National Assembly and particularly the senators to sort themselves out." Tinubu also agreed that he would not dabble into the policies of the National Assembly beyond the reasonable limit. So he appealed to the governors to work in synergy with the national leadership of a party to put things in proper shape regarding the choice of political officers of the National Assembly. Some of the governors are lobbying for Senator Barrow, while some are keeping an eye on Sani Musa from Niger. Some of them want to go for Ojus Okalu, he said. The Kalu-Yari permutations. Daily Trust on Saturday reports that beside permutations around Akpabio and Barrow, some forces are working towards bringing Senator Ojus Okalu and the former governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari, as Senate President and Deputy, respectively. Yari had met with Tinubu, while Kalu has also met with Tinubu separately, and both of them told him they needed his support because they have what it takes to make his administration turbulence-free. But the ultimate game plan is to have Kalu and Yari. Yari has enormous resources at his disposal, just like Kalu. Yari has the listening ears of many of the senators, so anything can happen. However, all of these things might likely change by the time Buhari leaves and second-term governors also leaves. The influence of most of the outgoing governors will reduce significantly after handing over, especially in states where the ongoing governors are not instrumental to the emergence of their successors. It will take almost 2 weeks after they leave alongside President Buhari before the inauguration of the National Assembly and anything can happen, he said. Among the governors that attended meeting with Tinubu on Thursday were Simon Lalong, Plateau, Nasser Rufai, Kaduna, Hamidu Bello Masari, Katsina, Hope Uzodinma, Imo, Abubakar Badaro, Jigawa, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Lagos, Ben Ayade, Cross Rivers, Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, Kwara, Dapo Abiodun, Ogun, and Biodun Oyebanji, Ekiti. Others were the Deputy Governor of Ebonyi State, Kelechi Igwe, and the APC governorship candidate in Kano, Alhaji Nasiru Yusuf Gabona. Well, at the end of the day, hopefully, they settle this issue, but the most important thing is to get somebody who is competent and who will going to work to make Nigeria a better country. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen.